What's going on, everybody? For those who don't know or just joined or whatnot, I am doing this review live. I'm doing it live on the stream, and this might be the future of how I'm going to do reviews for my YouTube channel. So for those who haven't been on the YouTube channel, it is pretty much the handle, the same handle as my Twitter handle at there, or you can just go to djmccree.net and then you can go scroll down and it will have on the homepage, and it will have my YouTube channel and every other social media outlet that I have. So smash that like button if you like cool stuff. And what we have in front of us right now is Trap Boom 2. Now I had my doubts about this, because I'm not into a lot of VSTs that seem like very gimmicky. But, however, I am into VSTs that are good, and therefore that's the only reason why I would make a video for this. And yes, it is very good for the most part. Trap Boom has a plethora of sounds, those in which it is just a Rumpler synth, if you want to call it that, made by the Maze sampler, which is how you would pretty much make VSTs like this. The functionality, pretty simple and sweet, and I'm just gonna go ahead and play the beat because so anything that makes you instantly jump into it and start playing it, it gets a thumbs up from me, because that's, in general, majority of people are not interested in like tweaking their sounds and whatnot, and they have already taken care of the hard part in that sense. However, there's certain things that I don't like about it. I'm just going to talk about the things I don't like about it. One is this: I don't like how this loads and how this flips around like that, but it doesn't load fast. The total package itself is probably 2.5 gigs of memory to install, and it comes in Windows 64 AU, Windows 64 32 and AU for Mac users or whatnot. So that's pretty cool. The sounds, more or less on the sounds, but let's get into the sounds, are very good. Nonetheless, they did a great job with this. And this is just the basis or whatnot, which are somewhat thrilling. But what I do find is actually good about this are some of the pianos. Sound quality of that, is supposed to be somewhat sounding like it's sampled, though that's the actual approach of this. Is not necessarily something that you can tweak out like your piano sound into something else. It's not that type of VST, but which is actually a pretty cool sound. Dope piano. So yeah, it's got some pretty dope sounds. Of course, what I usually go for is bells. There's no secret there, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that on C5 scale because I had it octave down. And of course, this mapped properly, so that they get thumbs up from me for that. I mean, even for a did I say Maze? Maze sampler type VST. I find that the samples are recorded very high quality, very HQ. So, you know, that is very forgiving for that. And then the type of sounds that they have. Bells or bells. So they got a lot of stuff right. And so, you know, you got brass. That was another good observation there. So they did it. They did a good amount of research in terms of making the sounds. And as you can see, more or less, if I was to talk about sounds, there are tons of them. And then it also has tuned 808s in here. Let's go ahead and check out some of those. Of course, you know, if you let go of the key, the sound will stop. So that's kind of something you have to get used to if you're going to use the tuned 808s in here. So we got that. Bottom. So yeah, I mean it really has some pretty cool stuff. I was checking out the organics and stuff like that because I was wondering if it actually had a flute. I know the flutes are much more, because ethnic trap is kind of my thing. Don't mean it's everybody else's, but this pluck is great. That choir is dope. The price of it, yes. On you once this video goes on YouTube or whatnot, I will have a code because it is $99 at normal price, and you can put it in Trap Boom without no spaces, I believe. If I'm not wrong, but you could put in Trap Boom and then you will get 30% off, and it'll cost like $64. And I think it's pretty worth it. I think you will use it. I've already used it once again. I do feel some of the sounds are a little bit don't have enough high frequency content, so you will have to kind of mix that a little bit. You know, take a more or whatever. Some, you know, you have ADSR if you really want to tweak on it. The tweakability isn't huge. I mean, that's really what the gauge of this is, more or less a collection of trap sounds that are more modern than they are, you know, not used or not used or whatever. So it would get you up in the game. So I would look at this much just like how you would look at a ReFX Nexus, which I think Studiolinked is actually competent enough to actually do more or less lead the maze sampler things, stuff like this alone, and go ahead and just go for the gold and just build something with OpenGL and just make a great VST, because obviously they have the great sound designers and they have good sound selection, so why not? But other than that, it's good. So that's pretty much it for that. So, you know, for anybody else that wants to see other reviews, check out my playlist and stuff like that, because I will be doing plenty of other reviews, and I have plenty of reviews already on deck. So I'm DJ Adam Cree, and yeah, later. So